Hey, 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 my friends. My name is Denise Walsh, and welcome back to the Dreamcast. I am actually living right now on Facebook, and then I'll probably upload this to YouTube as well because, why the heck not? So I'm excited to connect with you today because I am coming off of probably one of the most epic weekends I have ever experienced, but it was not perfect. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. So, for those of you that don't know, I just did my first personal development workshop called Dream Space. Now, I have to tell you, this is not new material for me. You know what I mean? I've been doing this with my team on webinars and in leadership retreats for a decade. But this was the first time it was packaged in an all-day workshop setting where people came in, and the first session was called Spark. Okay, so Spark was all about reigniting and connecting to yourself because, how can we know what we want if we don't know who we are? And so many times we don't know who we are because we're not listening to ourselves. So in Spark, we kind of slowed down. We did a meditation. We really reconnected and acknowledged our strengths and our joys. And then in session 2, we released. Now, insider scoop, release is always the one that makes me like, because it's the most powerful. It just is the most powerful, but it's also the most emotional, of course. So release is when we identify things, those emotional strings and like tethers, I guess you could say, relationships, struggles, I don't know, what is it? Traumas, past hurts that we're still clinging to. Because what we know is that even if we want something different, if our emotional body is still clinging to the past and to some of that negativity, it's very difficult to create what we want. So in session 2, we released it. We at least got an onion layer off, right? If you were at Dream Space, share with us how release was for you. We shuck off an onion layer because grief is a process, healing is a process. I don't expect it all to happen in one day, but we wrote letters to guilt and resentment. We really identified some of the things that were triggering to us. Oh, we did this really amazing exercise called Rise to Release, where we all really acknowledged the fact that we've all been through hard stuff, and that was pretty special. And then in session 3, we dreamed. So we got really clear. We wrote down what is our ideal day, our dream day, what do we want in all areas of life. And we were able to spend time allowing our dreams to bubble up. And it was an event that I could not have done by myself. So if you were not there, imagine me with on steroids. I say that because there was 10 people surrounding me, helping me do this, from the front desk volunteers to the details of the beautiful, cheerful signs all throughout. We had beautiful balloons. We had a stage set up. If it were me, I would show up with a notebook and I would say, friends, come hang out with me and bring your notebook. That is what I would do. But because there were so many really amazing people on the dream team who helped set up the event, it was a whole nother level. And that's why you have to connect with others. You know what I mean? There's lots of people who have way different skill sets than I do. And that's why they're on the team, because we complement each other. And they say, Denise, you do you, and we'll do us. And it was awesome. So we had front desk, we had merch, we had the journal, we had a cup of clarity. I should have brought it to show you guys, but I forgot. So a cup of clarity mug people could get. The green room, we had a green room. What? It's hilarious because when you think I'm going to do an event, I think show up with a notebook. I don't think about the fact that I'll have to come into music and dance up on the stage, and there needs to be a green room so I can change and not have people, chatting with me when I'm not in the zone for it, or, just you have to prepare. I don't know. It's hilarious how many things go into this type of event. And let me see, what else was super epic? Oh, music. Again, something I don't think about, right? I just think to show up, but the music plays a huge portion of the day, because we're taking ourselves on a high and low. We're bringing ourselves up to excitement. We're really allowing ourselves to be vulnerable with a partner, and then we're going on this emotional journey. And so the music backdrop of that is really important as well. And so I've got two things to say. Number one, you could never do this event by yourself. So the people who stepped up and said, yes, we want to help you, because we know, like, this is when I get teary, right? Because we know that the message you have to share is super helpful. That is so humbling. So humbling. So not only did we have people that helped out at the event, I think I had 7 people stay at my house, and they were all just so excited to, and so, whole nother level amazing. And so they're there because they want to be, and they know that the information is helpful, and they're excited to learn and continue to grow. And you never know what 1% thing, right? 1% idea, 1% quote, 1% exercise is going to really shape you. And so you can, go live your God-given destiny. So you could never do this alone. That's one thing for sure. But I can tell you it was not perfect. It was not perfect. The 2 things that I've consistently gotten feedback on are that we needed more time to dream. We did. We did need more time to dream. I agree. That session is my favorite, but coming on the heels of all this other stuff, it got cut short. It didn't get cut short. It was planned short because we didn't want to take people all day. So the second feedback is, it's got to be longer because we want more time to do that. So I think next time it could be a full day and a half. We'll have a come as you will be party at the end of the night, like a full-blown 7 to 10 party instead of a more cocktail-ish type of experience. And we're not done yet, you guys. We're not done yet. There's so much depth to all of this stuff that we can continue to go through. And again, it's just layer after layer after layer. And I know that I've gone through all of the material I'm teaching myself, and it's so stinking helpful that I am on fire to teach it to you. The other thing is I forgot one of my lines. When you get off stage and you go, dang it, I forgot about that. And so I'll tell you right now, it was in the affirmation session. And when we were talking about dream it, decide it, declare it, and do it, right? In the affirmation session, declare it, I was planning to talk about the weather because I plan an event in January in Michigan. That is so silly of me. So I really had to, I prayed, you guys. I prayed and prayed and prayed that for clear, dry winter and January 12th and 13th, 2019. I did not say no snow. I did not say, a little snow. I did not say anything about what I didn't want because I really wanted it to be easy driving for everybody coming in from out of town, that I had to head to heart connect it, meaning I thought it, but my emotional body was like, thank you so much for the dry, clear roads, January 12th and 13th. Thank you so much. And my emotional space had to radiate just like a Care Bear. Thank you so much for the beautiful weather. And guess what? There was snow south of us. But as soon as you got within an hour of Grand Rapids, it was completely gone. And guess what? A few days later, my son had a snow day today because of icy conditions. I was like, thank you, Lord, for this amazingness. It was beautiful weather. And who knows if I controlled the weather or not. I mean, really. But at the end of the day, I do believe that head-to-heart connection and the emotional body of focusing your emotions on what you want versus what you don't want make a huge difference in the life that you lead. So were there things I would change? Kinda. The room was really hot for me. I don't know if it was hot for everyone else. I wouldn't change any of the decor, and I would probably alter the flow a little bit. Other than that, guys, what made this event perfect for me is because I felt a brewing in my soul. I put it on the calendar. I reverse engineered it and I made it happen. There were many times throughout the past 3 months when we were planning this that I thought, why the heck do I do this to myself? I don't know how to make merch. I don't know how to make an exercise booklet. I don't know about how this all works. I've never done this before. There were so many learning curves to planning an event like this that it could have been very easy for us to say, never mind, not doing this again. This is a bit too much. What was I thinking? But anytime I felt like that, because I did, most of the time with tears running down my cheeks, as I had to remind myself of the day I told my friend Carlos, I have to do my own event. Like I had to remember the feeling of like how I felt when I knew that I knew that I knew that I had to do this. So in the midst of the journey, when it was tricky and I didn't know things and it wasn't awesome, like it wasn't always perfect and we had to go back and forth with designers and we had to figure out how to do banners and all of the things, I had to go back. I had to go back to, why did I get started? Why did I put this on the calendar? Why did I feel like I had to do this or my soul will die? And then I tapped into that emotion. And I thought, regardless of how the how goes, that's funny, how the how, regardless of the journey, regardless of even the execution of the day, my obedience was in just saying yes to that small, still voice in my heart. And I know all of you have a calling too. You have this stirring, you have this prompting, and you might be in the middle of your journey right now. And it might not be easy. And you might, with tears down your face, be saying, just like I was, why do I do this to myself? Is this worth it? Oh my goodness. And what I'm asking you to do today is to take a look back and remember when you first got started and the reason why you said yes and the reason why you put it into your calendar, because you knew at that moment there were no other options. That's what I had to do. I had to tap back into that self and I had to be like, regardless if it's not as, I wanted to have t-shirts that said living my dream. I didn't have those. I don't know how to do that. I wanted to, there's all of these things that I would brewing in my mind that I wasn't ready yet. I don't know how, but we did the best that we could with the information we had at that time. We learned, we grew, and it was a seriously epic, amazing event because I did what I felt like I was supposed to do. Could it have been better? Sure. I'm sure. But you know what? I don't even remember that. All I remember is that the emotion just kind of pouring out of me because I just stepped into something I knew, So I don't have all the answers. I'm on this journey just like everyone else. I have a dream, I have a goal, and I have to keep it strong and fight for it and take steps in the dark and not understand and mess up and fail. And I shared stories like that throughout the day. But what I know is anytime I've said yes, it has always been worth it. It hasn't been easy. It's usually never that easy, but it's always been worth it. So what is your why right now, right? What is that thing brewing in your belly today? And then are you saying yes? I think you are. You wouldn't be here. And this is just encouragement to you that when the how starts to fight you back and you are veering off or hitting roadblocks, to think back to why you started, because there's a reason. And I bet that if back then there were no other options, you had to say yes to that still small voice in your belly, because that voice is guiding you. So, oh my goodness, I'm going to look through the comments here, and I do have a winner from our 100th episode from the Dreamcast. I asked on the 100th episode to leave a review on iTunes. Some people left it on YouTube as well, and that's totally fine. I counted you. And I have one 30-minute coaching call winner, and that is to Kristen Duranci. So yay, congratulations, Kristen. I'll message you in just a bit, and we'll do a 30-minute coaching call. So thank you to everyone who left a review. All of that does is just help YouTube or Apple Podcast know that this is valuable and helpful material so they can, all the algorithm stuff. So thank you so much for your reviews. It also really helps me get better guests, right? Because they say, oh, she's for real. She's for real. She's got some good reviews. She's got, we want to hang out with her. That also helps. Oh, yes. Chuck says, thank you for streaming. Yeah. In our free Dream Life community, we streamed it for practice and it worked out pretty good. We'll learn through audio. The other thing that we could have done is had a third. I was wearing 2 audios. Again, learning curve. Is I could have had a third audio, so 3 on me, and that would have gone to the live stream. And then that would have made the audio a little better, but we'll do that next time. Ooh, Carrie. Oh my goodness. So good. So good. I just loved having you guys there. Carrie was there and Mabel was there. Yes, you feel like you're breathing fresh air, as Ashley would say. Yeah. And once you've got that, Christy, yes, you really do feel like a veil was lifted sometimes, You're seeing the world differently. Oh, release. Good. The dream team did an amazing job. I know. Oh, my mom's watching. Everybody say hi to Nancy. She was watching my boys, and my dad helped set up the stage. This was a family affair. Oh, yeah, Chris. Yes, Chris was at the one in Charlotte. So I did a 3-hour practice session the week before in Charlotte, which was really super special. That was like the first time I really have said things in this way. And then the Dream Space live event was 10 to 7. So a lot longer, a lot more in depth, a lot more time to write and share. But yeah, thank you. Angela, I know. If I come to Houston, would you come? 3-day event. Ooh, okay. Yeah, Carrie, 2-day event. Yeah, I agree. Aw, Amanda, thank you. So Amanda was one of my first early readers, you guys, of the Design Your Dream Life workbook, which is being redone right now, and it is going to be coming out in May. That has been the decision. So it's happening. Like a Care Bear, I know. You needed to be there. Next time, I'm going to make sure you come, Amanda. It was super fun. Yay. Well, thank you guys for hanging out and saying hi. I plan to be more active on social media. Okay, so the week before the event, I was like, I've never run so many errands in my whole life, going shopping and buying stuff. My mom picked up the boys from school like 3 days that week because we had to buy a chair, we had to do this, we had to do that. And now I just am like emotionally drained. And you just, it kind of feels like fried at the ends. So tonight I'm going to take a bath and I'm just like relaxing and kind of easing into it. But yeah, oh my goodness. I just want to say thank you to those who came because I felt so much love and I really, really know that the day caused some sort of shift, right? Even if it's not necessarily new material to you, even just having the space to work through it is super special. So I've like been in tears all week because I just so appreciate all of you. Yes, yes, yes. All right. I've got some new places in mind to do 2 or 3 day events. So I'll keep you posted. And duly noted, or side note, I don't know which one it is. I did an interview this week with a girl who is doing a retreat in Bali. So that interview goes out on Monday. And it's like those connections where you go, oh, if I want to do a retreat in Bali, now I know somebody who's done it. And now I can ask. And now I can say, where did you stay? And how did it work? And what travel agent did you use? And that's the beauty of networking. So anyway, I asked all of those questions because I believe Dream Life Adventures are coming down the pipeline, whether it is a cruise, it is in Costa Rica, or it is in Bali. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, Amanda says, but now you know. Exactly. Now I know. Now I know. And that's why you just have to put it on the calendar because you learn something every time. Oh, another thing we learned was music in the hallway. I wouldn't have thought of that, but now we know. Clearly the photo booth needs music. Don't you think? But you're right. That's why you take action, massive action, and you can learn and pivot every step of the way. Oh, it always works. It does. I just love it so, so, so much with my whole heart. And I hope that you guys could see that and feel that. So, all right. Well, thank you for hanging out with me. I'm going to put this on the Dreamcast in the next few days, and I will be back hanging out with you live later next week. Bye.